Peace and blessings, family. This is Brother Shareef with the Hour of Power. Go to Hour of Power, Shareef Hamid on YouTube. Subscribe and share. Please hit the share button and hit watch party so we can invite a few more people on the podcast. Hit the share button and hit watch party. What that does is invite more people in to hear this message. I believe we really need to hear this. So I just want to take a couple minutes of your time to share this message so we can be healthy and make healthy decisions, especially going into a whole new decade. We don't want to be doing the same things that haven't worked for us. Your health is your wealth. So I know these are some uncomfortable conversations at times, especially when we get in the habit of doing some harmful things. But we got to break some of these habits that we have so we can be healthy. So hit the share button and hit watch party, and I'll get started. I won't be long. In case y'all don't know, last night on my Hour of Power TV show, I had a sister on, Sister Crystal, and she's the owner. Her and her husband is the owner of a CBD supply store here in York. So if anyone is experiencing joint pain, anxiety, depression, or just having some pain from some kind of ailment, and you're here in the York area, please go check her out. And check out the interview that we did last night. She gave a lot of beneficial information about how to relieve pain naturally, not with no weed laced with we don't know what. This comes from the hemp seed. It's natural, and it helps heal pain and deal with anxiety. So she has that store. It's 3923 East Market Street here in York. Or if you're somewhere else, maybe you can Google CBD. Long as it's natural and it's coming from that hemp seed, I trust it. I believe it. Luckily, by the grace of God, I don't have any. I don't experience any pain, but I know a lot of our people are. And like she shared, it's even people resorting to using heroin so they can have a temporary euphoria so they can relieve pain. So it's a very serious issue and it's very debilitating. But the topic tonight is Burger King, one of the deaf shops that are in our community, one of the deaf restaurants, along with Wendy's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and other deaf shops. They came out with this new Impossible Burger masked as something healthy, a vegan burger. They just came out with it. It's all over the internet. But upon further investigation, we have found that it is a large amount of estrogen in this new Impossible Burger masked as something healthy for the people. So before we even get into that, since when was Burger King or any of these other deaf restaurants, fast food restaurants, since when have they been concerned about our health? So that should have raised a red flag right there. I'm a vegan, I'm vegetarian, and as soon as I saw it, before I had this information about estrogen being laced in the burger, 44 milligrams of it, I said, I don't trust that. They haven't been concerned with our health. They've been serving deaf food to the people. So why now all of a sudden would they be concerned or producing something healthy? Just look at their and the others' track record, and that ought to give you an indicator of what they're doing or what their intentions are. So when I saw this vegan burger come out, I said, I don't trust it at all. And then, lo and behold, a couple days later, it is found that this new Impossible Burger at Burger King is laced with 44 milligrams of estrogen. And for our sisters out there, You know, estrogen is a steroid. It's supposed to help the development of female characteristics in the body. So a doctor, not me, not the Hour of Power, a doctor. I believe his name is Doctor, not Strange, but Strange. It's all over the internet. His name is Doctor Strange. He's a well-known doctor, and the medical article called JAMA. I forget what that stands for, but it's a capital JAMA. They also said it has more, I believe, calories in it than a regular Whopper. Did you hear what I said? The vegan burger that's supposed to be more healthy for you that Burger King has produced has more calories and sodium in it than the regular Whopper does. And it has estrogen in it. And the doctors also said if a male was to eat 2 or 3 of these a day or a couple a week, they would start developing female breasts because that's what estrogen does. It's a hormone. It's for the development of a woman's body, not a man's body, a woman's body. 44 milligrams. And it has more calories in it than a regular Whopper. Trying to mask it as something healthy for us. So the other day I talked about the benefits of the avocado, God's food. I'm not going to be long, but this is very important. We're getting ready to go into a new decade, not just a new year, a new decade. So why not? Just my recommendation. Why not go into the new decade eating healthier? That's my advice, so to speak, not only for you, but for myself first. Why not go into the new decade, 2020, eating healthier and staying away from these death shops? They offer nothing but death. All of them. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King with their new estrogen burger. That's what it is. Popeyes. You look up the chemicals. Well, not the chemicals, but the ingredients on these chicken sandwiches that people have been losing their mind over. Half of the ingredients in these sandwiches are chemicals from Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. For those of y'all who like that, just letting you know that half of the ingredients in those sandwiches are chemicals. So it's not a chicken sandwich, it's a chemical sandwich. And Lord knows what else is in there. But we have been so brainwashed. It's the last great war, people. It is the last great war, them totally overtaking your mind and thinking for you. That's the last great war. Because they've tried everything else and it hasn't worked. They've even developed the AIDS virus at Fort Detrick, Maryland, not far from here. That's where they first start developing the AIDS virus, and that didn't work. Has it taken out many people, especially our people? Yes, but it hasn't been a total wipeout and genocide like they expected. They've tried everything. So the last great war is for them to just wipe out knowledge from us altogether. In what way, better way, to wipe out a people and not make yourself look complicit than to have people kill themselves and say, oh, I don't know what happened to them. But if you look at the CDC, look at the 10 biggest killers of black people. I don't have my book in front of me. The 10 biggest killers of black people kill 250,000 people a year, which is equivalent to the population of Birmingham, Alabama. Did you hear what I said? The 10 biggest killers of black people kill 250,000 people a year, 250,000, which is equivalent to the population of Birmingham, Alabama. I don't have my notes in front of me. Diabetes, cancer, pulmonary heart disorders, influenza, all different kinds. It's 10 of them. I just don't have my notes. 250,000 a year. Now they putting estrogen in a sandwich masked as a vegan sandwich. This is called meatless burger targeting males. Yes, black males, poor white males, Hispanic males. Notice the young boys, and then I can't see the rest of it. And our brother Kelby said it's also carcinogen. Brother Kelby, if you're still on, are you saying it's carcinogen in this Impossible Burger? Lord have mercy. Heart disease, yes, my wonderful sister, Sister Manera. Heart disease, yes, it's 10 big killers. Thank you for that. So I just want to let you know that that's what's going on. If they can kill us through the food, they don't look complicit. They don't look complicit. Please don't let this be our story in 2020. I can't tell you how many people just within the last month and a half right here in York, PA, I have went to visit at the hospital. And most of it is because their diet. And a couple people, and I've had talks with them, and they said, Brother Shareef, this promise is to myself. When I leave here, I'm going to do better with my health and my diet. So I hope that uncomfortable experience woke them up, because it's everywhere. Estrogen, a hormone for the development of a woman's body, 44 milligrams of it. And I don't know if this is accurate, but this same doctor who said that it has more sodium and more calories than a regular Whopper, he said the amount of estrogen, because it's so strong that's in this burger, is 18 million times that of a regular burger. Now, I wasn't that great in math, but that seems like an awful high number. But that's what he quoted in this article by JAMA. It's a medical article. It's capital JAMA, all capital letters. It's like a medical article. I've read articles from them before. He said the amount of estrogen in this burger, this sandwich, supposedly, is 18 million times. I ain't say 18. He said 18 million times that of a regular burger. And they said a Whopper has somewhere around 630 calories in it. They said this Impossible Burger has 680 calories in it. So it has more calories in it than a regular Whopper. Also, in this JAMA article, this was really scary. A new study has came out, and it is send me a black fist sign or heart emoji if you're still with me. Send me a black fist sign or heart emoji if you're still with me. Our brother said, have you noticed that more black males are dying from lung infections? Oh, wow, I haven't noticed that. If you can send me some information on it, I would definitely like to read that. Send me a black fist sign or heart emoji if you're still with me. But what I was saying was from this JAMA article, which is a medical article that comes out. Thank you. It also said that American citizens who regularly drink soda, whether it's sweetened or unsweetened, is taking years off of their life, opening up themselves to many other ailments, especially circulatory ailments, and are going to die an early death. Did you hear what I said? Family, I wouldn't be sharing this with you if I didn't love you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not being your judge, but I'm trying to make you feel bad enough to save your own life. This news article with these certified doctors recently said that people, American citizens who regularly drink, they gave an exact number on a daily and a weekly basis. They said those who drink soda on a daily and weekly basis, whether it's sweetened or unsweetened, whether it's diet or regular, you open yourself up to circulatory issues, meaning your blood isn't circulating right, which leads into other issues, and it can take years off your life and add to early death. I just read the article today. Shocking. Shocking. Also, a friend of mine here in Greensboro in the 60s died from lung infection. ESPN News caster recently died. Wow, I did see that, but it didn't say what happened to him. I'm going to say this for the third time because it's so simple everywhere you go. Turkey Hill, 7-Eleven, Wawa, depending where you are, the grocery store, soda. Man, you go in the grocery store, notice all the healthy food when you walk in, it's around the outside perimeter. When you start going into those inner aisles in a grocery store, you're walking into death. They have whole aisles in your average grocery store, nothing but soda. They even try to make you feel like when they're poisoning you in a pleasant way. Cherry lime soda, grape soda, diet ginger ale, regular ginger ale, vanilla ginger ale, vanilla soda, strawberry soda. It's still poison. Not my report. Their report, again, says that those who drink soda daily and on a weekly basis, you're opening yourself up to circulatory issues of the blood and early death. That's what the report says. I don't drink soda. I don't even drink diet soda. Water, water, water. Life. Water. You even gotta watch that some bit. That soda, and it increases your appetite. That's why some people can't stop eating, because what they're putting in their body is increasing their appetite. But water, the food and the drink of God, the food of God, water isn't a food, but it's in your food if you're eating the right foods, like watermelon and cantaloupe, all has water in it. Cucumbers is 90% water. So you're eating food. You can eat food. You're eating water. You just don't have to drink water. You can eat water and drink water at the same time. Cucumbers, again, 90% water. Watermelon, cantaloupe, all has water in it. So you can drink water and eat water at the same time. So these sodas are a lot of times, and the diet soda is worse than the regular soda because the aspartame that they put in it increases your appetite. And then some of us wonder why. It's like a drug. It's like Pookie said, it be calling me. Why they can't stop eating. But water, natural water, will fill pockets in your stomach, which will reduce your appetite. So those pockets are in your stomach. You drink water, especially about a gallon of water, which I need to work on. I drink plenty of water, but I need to drink more to flush out them toxins in our body, in my body, and to fill those pockets. But soda, especially diet soda, will increase your appetite. Our wonderful sister Manera said diet soda and artificial sugars, what they contain are the worst, and that's just drinking soda, yes. And our brother Angelo said the newscaster Edward Ashcroft, 34 years old, lung infection, which led to pneumonia. And pneumonia is one of the 10 killers of black people. It's one of the 10 killers of black people, black and brown people, that kill over 250,000 people a year. Pneumonia, influenza, heart disease, cancer, diabetes. These are the 10 big killers of black people. And then I even had a sister on my show last night. I mean, it's so much. She was talking about her struggle with sickle cell anemia. How come doctors aren't talking about that anymore? But yet and still, it's still killing black people. Sickle cell anemia. You don't even hardly hear about it anymore, but it's people every day. I mean, it's not, I'm not telling her business because she was on the webcast last night. The same sister who owns the CBD supply store, Sister Crystal, she was right on my show last night, so I'm not telling her business. And she talked about her struggle with sickle cell and how our people need to be screened for it because even the medical arena, they're not even talking about it anymore. Sickle cell. But also, the sickle cell trait is actually a positive thing in certain countries in Africa, like South Africa, where they, in the Mozambique, where they are stricken with malaria, having the sickle cell trait actually protects you from malaria and other infections. That's if we were home in Africa. But we're not home. We're in a strange land afflicted by someone else for 400 years. That's in Genesis. Who else could have been talking about? But that's another topic. We're not home, for sure. We're not home. Well, Brother Shareef, if I don't eat meat, because I've heard you before say we need to leave off the meat, we do. We definitely need to leave the meat alone because they're poisoning it. We don't know what's in this stuff. We don't even know if it's real meat. Even back in the day, I had a great-great-grandmother who lived to be 110. She used to have her own farm in Dover. And my mother and some of my aunts used to tell me how she used to grow her own food, fruits and vegetables. And even though they were eating meat, at least she raised it. At least she knew what it was and slaughtered it properly. We don't even know if we're eating real meat these days. It was something online about how China is sending fake meat to different parts of Africa. In America, it's really like rubber. Masked as meat. The cancers is in the meat, family. That's how we're getting all these cancers and diseases. It's in the meat, if it's even meat. Is it dogs or what is it? The cancers, the disease are in the meat. I know we're used to it. I know it seems like second nature, but for the love of God, family, I wouldn't tell you anything wrong. We have to discipline ourselves so we don't take these bad habits into 2020, a new decade. We have to discipline ourselves to say, this isn't good for me. The meat, the sugar, the processed food, the bread, it all needs to go. And you have to master the science of discipline within yourself. How you going to tell anything else no if you can't tell yourself no? Did you hear what I said? How can you tell anything else no if you can't tell yourself no? You see that ice cream there? No. That comes from a cow. We are the only living thing that eats from another animal. No other animal eats from another animal. The only milk we should be eating is the natural milk from your mother's breast, not from no cow. Shouldn't be sucking on no cows, whatever that is. Get the natural milk from your mother. Our sister said people really have to wake up when it comes to eating. You can add or take years off of your life depending on what you eat. Definitely. Your food is either your medicine or your poison. It's that simple. Your food is either your medicine or your poison. I've been going hard with this year on my Wednesday podcast. I've had people like Brother Will on from the Hub. He's a student of Dr. Sabi. I've had Brother Eric Negron on. He has Healthy Living Foods at the Penn Street Market. I advise you to go there and get the fresh fruits and vegetables that he has to offer. Sister I Rise, who has one of the only vegan stands or outlets for food in York that I know about. I get food from her every week. She's basically like my personal chef. And I'm putting it out there. Nothing else. She's my personal chef. And she makes healthy vegan food right there at the Penn Street Market. Her and Brother Eric are there Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 11 to 3 or 5. Fruits and vegetables and vegan food. Your food is either your medicine or your poison. We have to learn to tell ourselves no. And even, this ain't no religious class, but I'm just bringing something to you that will resonate with you. This is a problem. It's an age-old problem. If you go to the Quran, which is the book of the Muslims, in there it talks about those who are doing harmful things in their spiritual life, and they don't even know where they got it from. They just know they got it from somewhere else, from someone else. And Abraham went to the people, the prophet Abraham, or Ibrahim, he went to the people and say, why do you worship all these idols? Because they supposedly had 360 idols in the house. They were worshiping all kind of different things. He said, why do you worship all these idols? These things can't benefit you. They can't even talk. He said, why do you do it? This is the prophet Abraham, the father of the three Abrahamic faiths of monotheism. He said, why do you do this? They can't benefit you. You know what their answer was? And you relate this to why we eat the way that we do, like our sister Manera said. They said, we found our forefathers doing this practice, so this is what we do. Did you hear what I said? It's the same thing in the Bible, so I'm not trying to make you be no Muslim. I'm just trying to make you think with the word of God. He said, why do you worship all these idols? They can't benefit you. Just like eating shrimp don't benefit you. Just like eating crabs, which has no nutritional value. Those things are garbage feeders at the bottom of the sea. No benefit. He said, why do you do these things? They said, we found our forefathers practicing and worshiping these idols, so that's what we do. So here we are, almost in 2020, and we think that the way that we eat, we don't even know, but it's slave food, and it's destructive. Our brother said, I've been eating meat, drinking sodas, eating bad all my life. Now I feel like it's almost too late because they have, and I can't see the rest of it, brother. If you can send it in another message, it only lets me go but so far. It's not too late, brother. It is not too late, brother. Please, I plead with you. Don't think like that. Your book says, so man thinketh, so shall he be. So shall man thinketh, so shall he be. If you think death, death will come upon you. Don't say that, brother. It's okay. Start today. Start today and put down those things that we know that has been proven that isn't good for us. And do it, if you can, maybe a little bit at a time. But don't take a little bit too long, if that makes sense. If that makes any sense, don't take too long. But wean yourself off of these things. Wean yourself off of them. This week, I'm not going to drink any soda. This week, I'm going to lean off of the meat and give my body a chance to digest this food. You're making your organs work hard when we digest all this meat. You hear what I said, brother? You're making your organs work extra hard by eating all that meat. And when you eat so many times a day, it is an absolute lie. And a destructive lie. All lies are destructive, but it is so destructive that we are here in the hells of North America and they have told us you must eat 3 times a day with snacks in between. You hear what I said? Another practice that we think is normal, eating 3 times a day and snacks in between. Where's that come from? No. I eat mostly 1 time a day. And if I do eat 2 times a day, I'm eating fruits, vegetables, and food from the earth. No, eating like that, before our body digests one meal, here we go pumping another meal in there. And like I told my I forgot who I was speaking to, but I was telling them your stomach is no bigger than your fist. Your stomach is no bigger than your fist, and we pumping all that food in there 3 and 4 times a day with snacks in between. No wonder. And then we joke about and say, I got the itis. I'm gonna go lay down. You should feel refueled when you eat. You shouldn't feel like you about to tip over and pass out. And that's become a joke within our culture. I got the itis. I'm gonna lay down. Well, could you imagine if you would go, you're driving your car and it's a little low on gas, and you put gas in the tank, and a light comes on, says, I need to take a break. Nah, man, a car, a Honda or a BMW, whatever, I'll put this gas on you so you can keep going, not so you could stop. So does that make any, and that's an inanimate object. It's important, it helps us get around, but could you imagine that? They got lights that come on for anything else. Could you imagine that? You putting gas in the car so it can keep getting you to your destination, and a light comes on and says, I need to take a break. I'm done right now. Man, you would think something's crazy. So why, when we are putting food in our system, do we gotta lay it down, so to speak? Oh, I know why. Because we're pumping our body with death food. A dead animal. Chicken, I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm not here to tickle your fancy. I'm here to lift your mind, body, and soul. Chicken, that's a dead animal. Beef, that comes from a dead animal. It's dead. How is something dead going to give you life? I'm not judging you because I was there, but I've been woken up, and I want to wake you up and give you life. Nothing dead is going to give you life. It's a dead animal. A dead animal. Meat. Our teeth ain't even designed to eat those type of things. Eat from the rainbow of life. God's food. The avocado. Fruits and vegetables. Well, if I don't eat hamburgers and hot dogs are disgusting, what am I going to eat? Our good brother, Dr. Sabi, said, greens, a variety of spinach, the avocado, bell peppers, cucumbers, dandelion greens, a green banana, kale, lettuce, all except the iceberg lettuce, mushrooms, okra, olives, onions, poke salad, sea vegetables, squash, tomatoes, cherry and plum only, zucchini, watercress. These are some of the foods of God, not deaf food, live food. Fruits from the rainbow family, the food of God, apples, bananas, berries, cantaloupes, cherries, dates, figs, grapes, limes, mangoes, melons, oranges, papayas, peaches, pears, plums, prickly pear, prunes, raisins, seeded of course, soft jelly coconuts, sour sops, tamarind, good teas, allspice, burdock, elderberry, fennel, ginger, raspberry, and tilla tea. Ginger. These are the food of God. Not hamburgers, not hot dogs, not meat products, not dairy products, not a bunch of processed sugar, natural sugar. These are the food of God, and eat less. All them 3 meals a day with snacks in between, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. But my doctor said, but my doctor said, I'm going to say it again, but my doctor said, and what about him? See, that's why I believe in witch doctors. Yeah. Our brother says, but didn't the Bible talk about meat and fish? Livestock. But you hear them talk about lentils and fruit and vegetables more than meat. And where were they getting it from, and how did they raise it? How did they slaughter it? That's the thing. That we should be plant-based. The proof is in the pudding. But back to the meat. My doctor said, in the dairy, but my doctor said, and eating three and four times a day. My doctor said, yeah. The next question should be, and how is that working for your doctor? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, and it's just common sense, that the doctor isn't even outliving his patients. What kind of sense does that make? Am I lying? Am I lying? The doctors are not even outliving their patients. They're not. You don't, they got everything else on the internet. When's the last time you read Dr. So-and-so? When you hear about these people living into their hundreds, it's mostly everyday people like me and you. Like John Legend said, just ordinary people. The doctor isn't outliving their patient. And in the Far East, doctors only get paid if the patients are healthy. Could you imagine that? They need to instill that rule or standard here. I bet you they'll change then, because then the doctors would be at the bottom of the pay totem pole. Because people in America are sick mentally and physically. So what we're doing can't be working. Lay off of the meat. All the cancer is in the meat. Lay off of the sugar. Eat less. Man, your stomach will let you know, your body will let you know when it's hungry. Every time you see something, that don't mean you gotta go eat it. Eat one meal a day, and you're probably like, how do you do that? If you eat the right thing, it'll fill your body with enough nutrients, and then once it goes to where it needs to go, and your stomach is almost on empty, it'll send you a message that it's ready to eat. Mostly, one time a day is good enough. I normally eat between 4 and 5 o'clock and just fruits and vegetables in between. But an actual meal, for the most part, I only eat one meal a day, and I am just fine. Just fine. 3 and 4 meals a day with snacks in between? What kind of snacks? Probably a bunch of junk, which is feeding our desire to eat more, and we're destroying and poisoning ourselves at the same time. That's why most of us can't tell ourselves no. Just think about that. Can you tell yourself no? Do you have enough discipline to tell yourself no? When you see that chicken that some of these foreigners come over here with, in these deaf stores, these 7-Elevens and Wawas and BP stores, they got this nasty chicken in there. Can you tell yourself no? The sodas that we talked about that are killing people. The news article said it. It says people who daily drink sodas and who drink sodas on a weekly basis have circulatory problems. Can you tell yourself no, but say yes to the drink of God? Not Jack Daniels, not Hennessy. That's not the drink of God. Water. Can you say no to the junk and the sugar and the meat, but yes to this? Can you tell yourself no? Master that. Master yourself, including myself. But I don't drink no soda, and I don't eat no meat, and I try to eat about 1 meal a day, and I am just fine. It's part of the 7 sins to be gluttonous. Come the pastors ain't teaching on that. Oh, I forgot. They don't got a good diet. So why would these places of worship preach and teach on the science of food when they're not practicing it? Come on, man. You got the mother of the church with a cane and struggling and barely hanging on with all these ailments that we talked about, and you ain't giving a talk about a healthy diet? Is that not in synchronization with the Bible and the teachings of the prophets? How can you not teach on that? Oh, I forgot. Half of them preachers are out of breath and out of shape and eating swine when the Bible clearly tells us not to eat it. You know that, right? In the book of Moses, it tells you don't eat swine. It's like an abomination. Ain't no like it is an abomination to eat swine. I hope we still ain't struggling with that going into 2020. Eating swine. It is an abomination. It means that practice will bomb a nation. Eating swine. The pig will have sex with its own young. It's filthy. They say you are what you eat. It is filthy. 99% poisonous. Has sewer holes at the bottom of both hoofs where pus and toxins are coming out, oozing out all day long. I'm talking about the pig. Did you hear what I said? They got 2 sewer holes at the bottom of both of their hoofs where pus and poison is oozing out of it all day long. The pig is 99% poisonous. It's so poisonous that if a snake comes and bites a pig, the pig may grunt at the worst. A poisonous snake will do nothing to a pig because it's already full of poison. That's why a lot of farmers will put the pig on the farm to get rid of the snakes. Because snakes don't bother pigs. Because it's 99% poisonous. You can't cook the trichinae worms out of pork. Did you hear what I said? You cannot cook the trichinae worms that are in pork. That's another fairy tale that a lot of our mothers and grandmothers told. Oh, if I cook it long enough. No. Them worms are still in there. Go on the internet and look at the amount of videos that they've been showing recently of emergency surgeries where doctors have had to go into people's brain and take out dozens, if not hundreds, of tapeworms in people's brain because they're eating swine. Yep, it's all over the internet. It's all over the internet. Tapeworms, dozens, hundreds of them in people's brain, embedded in their brain from them eating pork and swine, which shows and proves you can't cook it out. It's in there. Trichinae worms. Trichinae worms. All in, and they go up to your spine, into your brain. Should not be eating swine. It's right there in the Bible. If Jesus came back right now and you invited him over for dinner and he seen swine on the table, he'd be out of there. I'm going to eat that mess. How you going to pray over food that God told you not to eat? Including the shrimp and the crabs. They're garbage feeders at the bottom of the earth. They have no nutritional value to them. Seafood. And what's in the sea? We gotta change. We have to change our diet. Our life, our livelihood depends on it. We can't keep doing the same things. A Burger King burger with estrogen in it. A female hormone. 44 milligrams of it on top of that. Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, they ain't been concerned about our health, so why now? So as soon as I saw it, I knew it was a joke. I knew it was something harmful. And I stayed away from it, even though it said a vegan or a meatless burger. No, these people are Satan. Eat the food of God. All the things that I just mentioned is the food of God. Lay off the meat if you can. Lay off the sugar. Try to eat less. You can do it. You can eat one meal a day and be just fine, and your body will let you know when it's hungry. And the snacks in between should be the food of God, fruits and vegetables, and eat one meal a day. You'll be fine. Let your body, let your stomach, which is only big as your fist, take in the food of God to nourish your body. And then once it breaks it all down and disperses it where it needs to go and how it needs to go, and your stomach is almost empty, your stomach, your body, your stomach will send your body a message to say, I'm hungry, I'm ready for the food of God. And then you can eat. By that time, it'll probably already be the next day. You don't need 3 and 4 meals a day with snacks in between. All you're doing is pumping your body with poison. 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 Let your food be your medicine, not your poison. Please share this message. And let's change our diet so we can live healthy lives going into a new year and a new decade. Let us pray on that. Let's end out in prayer. Whatever you call him, and whatever your method of prayer is, the Most High God, who has many names, but he's only one. I pray that you heal our people from the ailments of Satan, this diabetes, this cancer, this heart disease, this circulatory disease. I pray that you heal our people and give them the discipline to say no to themselves and no to the food of Satan, and nourish their body with the food that you have given us to heal us that we mentioned earlier. I pray again that you heal us from these wicked diseases and give us long, healthy lives and partake of the food from you, Most High God, and heal us going into 2020. Amen.